Good evening. Late-ish Saturday night here, 9 p.m. I thought I'd jump on and test some new equipment just before I'd go live tomorrow. Hang on one sec. Oh, sorry. And I'm doing Suki's Playgrounds. So I've had to create a meetup. So it might be pretty quiet out here. Only 18Ks. But I have some new equipment to test. Now I've just thrown it all together. I expect not a lot. First ride of it. First test ride on Suki's. Okay, test one passed. We're happy with that. Want to see test two? That's test two. Test three. Wait for it. Look out. And test four, we're going to have to wait for some hills. Exciting times here in the Lama Lab, late Saturday night in lockdown 7.0. Suki's Playground is the route that I have not done. Oh! Test four just worked. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. That's the Elite Riser. And that's the Com rocker plate. That's the version 2 of the rocker plate, which does this. And which does this. It's kind of hard to push it forward. There we go. And when we hit the hills, it goes up and down, but we've also got steering too. Like a kid in a candy shop. We have some new tech to have a play with. Any questions, fire away. This is just, again, just a test ride tonight. It's late. Little Max Bell's down. I'll begin the chat. I haven't got a fan on yet. Got to turn a fan on. Let's get that done. I'm a little higher than normal because I'm on the super special sideways and back and forward rocker plate. What's the point of steering in Zwift? There's no real point to it. The potential of it is huge. So at the moment, you're on train tracks. Let's just say you're working in a bunch and there's a cross. They could implement crosswinds. And if there's a crosswind coming from one direction, I could stick it in the gutter. And then less people would get a draft from me. Or if the wind is coming from the other way, I could do this. Or if you're working pace lines and you're on the front, you swing off. You swing off, let them come through, swing back on into the draft. Steering in Zwift would also allow them to do a velodrome. Whee, here we go. Without steering, a velodrome is boring because if you've ridden the track, you use the banking for speed. 100. Set the goals low there, Lama. So there's potential. It hasn't been, to be honest, it hasn't been implemented anywhere near the potential it could have. But why not? Why not? This is where things should head for it in the future anyway. Okay, let's get this van on. And Suki's Playground completed. It's under 20 Ks. This is headwind. Oh, there we go. I didn't bother turning the fan on when I first started. It's a bit cold, but here we go. There is some climbs in this, so you should see the climb rise up at some point. Now the configuration of this is quite interesting. Zwift halves the negative gradients, but within the Elite Riser application, you can say no, double the negative gradient. So you do get the full down motion. Sorry, I'm not on screen for that shot. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. I think I've had to create my own meetup. This is why I'm in the world that is not. Hey. Why, hello there. Oh, Jesus, that's too far. Wind in my hair. Charles, the equipment that I'm using, Dorado XR from Elite. I'm using the new Riser, which is Elite's up and down gradient simulator that also has steering integrated in the fork mount. And I've popped that on top of the Com Cycling Rocker Plate 2. I think it's called the Com Rocker Plate 2. I'm yet to do my homework. But it goes side to side and back and forth. I made a meetup and I invited GP Sheepy because you can't create a solo meetup. So old mate Sheepy got an invite. Oh, I'm going down. And the hardest part of setting all this up is trying to put a bike on the direct drive trainer with the fork mount matching up with the front. I needed 5 arms. The riser, I think you're looking at around $1,000 Australian, probably a bit more. I haven't seen recommended retail, yet of the riser in Australia. Woo! Steering function though, same as the Elite So Smart. How is the riser attached to the rocker? Hopes and prayers. Hopes and prayers. And a bit of Velcro. I'm not sure if it's in the... Can you see it? Yeah, okay, so there's 2 Velcro straps, front and back. So it shouldn't go anywhere when I get my rock on. Out of the saddle. Acts just like any other rocker plate out of the saddle. Let's not talk about that. It offers freedom of movement. In cycling, nothing is worth what they ask. But I don't mind the headwind. I use it, the headwind since 2018. I think it's been sitting in front of me. So it's just one of those pieces of equipment that I continue to use. Precarious? No way. I'll rip a full sprint on this. No problems at all. No worries. Would I recommend the riser? I've done 3.3 Ks on it and haven't really hit the hills, so we don't know yet. It seems to do as advertised. I'm steering. Whoa, there's the desk. Why is it better than a normal fan? I can't do a sales pitch. Air's just air. Why I like it, and you can make up your own mind, is that when I forget to turn the fan on, I can load up the Wahoo app and scale it up and down. There are many other fans that can do that too. This also links to heart rate and speed sensors. You can do all that funky stuff. For me, it's usually fan on or a little bit more if it's getting a bit hot. And I can do that within the app. I like that. I also have a normal fan sitting next to me. That's off to the side for extreme days. Tonight, it's not too bad. I'm not going too hard. So one fan's enough. One foot's nearly slipping off. Where? No. I'll sprint this. And if I'm happy to sprint this, anybody should be happy to sprint this. Da-da-dun. Da-dun. A dumb fan to a smart plug. Yep, that'll work. I've got a Philips Hue smart plug. It won't do speed variations, that's the only thing, it's just on or off. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, where are we going to hit the hills? No, it's one of these private meetups. You can join the world. If you were to do your own meetup now, this is absolute hackery. If you were to do your own meetup on the course now and find me somewhere on the course, you will see me because I've got other people shown as well. Or if you were to do the world hack, then you do the world hack, have it pop up on one of the guest worlds shown, and then I'll be one of the riders if you've added me as a friend. I've got a few other routes to do on here. Oh, drop it right on. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba. I was planning on a longer ride tomorrow, but it's Father's Day. So I think I'll give that a miss. I might do a short workout, just my 5x5s with all this set up. Both steering and elevation don't do anything in erg mode, so doesn't really matter. Another look at the setup. Here's the steering. I can actually see the steering happening there as I turn. Academy baseline of this setup. I'm not doing the baseline again, no way. It made me angry the first time. It nearly killed me the second. Here we go. Uppity up. So there's one of the things that's different with having a riser or, say, the kicker climb or the kicker bike or this, is that when you're just in your own little world and the gradient does go up, it's not just the gradient you feel in the legs. You actually get sort of, oh shit, I'm actually riding a climb. Or a descent in this case. And there we go. Done. Oh, the Zwift thoughts. Back in 2015, I predicted there would be Zwift duets in-game with the 21 switchbacks. If you have a look at my blog spot post from 2015, it's all still up there. I think it was my first review of Zwift. And I said, oh, they're going to have Grand Fondos on here. They'll have bunch rides. This was before bunch rides were there. This is before Bluetooth. This was before Watopia. And I thought, yeah, they'll have Alp to Zwift one day, but I called it Zwift Duets. Max gradient 20%. I won't go manual mode and show you that. It'll buck me off through the green screen. Thank you. From Perth. How's the weather in Perth? It's got to be better than here. Oof. See right there, it kicks back a little bit. You can see my handlebars just come up a little higher. I think we need a gradient stiffer than 3% for you to see in the front of the bike though. So this is a route badge that I don't have. They've crept up on me. There's 2 that were released a couple of months back. Another 2 a month after that. Plus the longer routes that I haven't done. Should I do them on a rocker? And a slider? And we'll get this. Oi! Hello! Kicker Snap, probably still one of the best wheel-on trainers out there. The one on sale now is the Snap version 2, so it is 2nd gen. I'm not sure it's changed since 2017 though. Woo! Up we go. It's a very uninteresting shot. Wait for the gradient to change, you'll see. Woo, and we go down. And we go up. There it is. New toy day. I like it. Keeps me happy. Woo! Divido XR is XR and the XRT, which are both the same model. It's the best trainer Elite have made, hands down. Accurate, pretty fast to switch gradients and switch erg mode settings. Pretty stable in erg. If you put every Elite trainer in front of me, it's the XR that wins, and it is the top of their line. They know this too because they sunsetted the Drivo 1 and Drivo 2. The Drivo range used to be the top, and the Diretto started off life as a mid-range trainer. Loop back, I've got about a month's worth of data on the Kicker Core for my next loop back review. The Kicker Core is super popular. Everyone loves it. There's a few recent Reddit posts where there's nothing but hugs and love for the Kicker Core. It's not perfect, but for the price point, for what it does, it's actually pretty good. Merida road bikes. Never ridden one. It's alright. Corner. Corner. I'm leaning the wrong way on the camera, aren't I? Should fix that. Good question about how Zwift Insider run their tests. It's done with an Ant Plus simulator, and ideally offline too, so there's no influence at all by drafting or bunches and things like that in game. And so Eric doesn't go and set all the comms. Very easy to do with the right tools. So I do trust their numbers. I did a lot of that early on, and then Zwift started releasing tons of bikes, tons of wheels, there's tons of combinations. I reached my limit. So Zwift Insider is now my reference for that. Kicker, Dorado XR, and Sturzo. Thomas, it really depends on budget. Depends where you're buying from. If you're in Australia, I think you're in Australia. If you are, the Kicker is Wahoo's a very strong brand here in Australia. As such, there's support everywhere. They're pretty cheap. Well, talk to your local dealer. XR, probably accuracy-wise, the XR is a step up from the Core. Oof. But it's now at a point where your top of the range trainers, even your mid-range, they're good enough for what most people want. For what I do, no, but that's another story. No updates expected for the Apple TV 2021, no. I expect the graphics, I would have loved to have seen it go something like 4K, but that machine's just not a gaming machine. For Zwift to squeeze any more out of it, they'll have to probably fork off another build, invest a ton of time into it, which I'd love to see. I don't think it's going to happen. Climb Pro and Climber on the Hammerhead units is absolutely brilliant. I call it Fondo Pro, where you're going to a new location, a new town, riding a new route that you've never ridden before. You load up the route and you can know a lot about the climb that's coming up. Up in Bright a few months back, the Mount Porpunka climb, it was 15 k's on gravel. I loaded that up and it was spot on for what was coming up around the corner. So it's super cool for that. The only thing I don't like about Climb Pro and everything else that displays your upcoming climbs is that you've got to be running on a route or riding on a route. I'd love to be able to come into an intersection and have it pop up saying, hey, here's the most popular climbs, or the 5 most popular climbs right here. Are you doing any of these? Yes, cool, here's the one, go. No messing about. Next big update from Zwift. Look, to be honest, with the issues that, if you've seen my Strava posts and a few other posts on Reddit and around, I'd like Zwift to do no updates. None. Don't. Next month, freeze. Month after that, nothing. Don't give us any updates. Don't. Wait, though. No, I don't want features. I don't want a jersey. I don't want a new bike. I don't want any of that. Just make the platform stable. That's it. And I think a lot of people will agree. Just make shit work. Done. How many words is that? Give me a four-letter, four-word bloody changelog, and I'll be happy. I'll make a 20-minute video on it. That's, I think, what people are wanting at the moment. Just bolt it to the ground. If you've got a kicker, bang, there's the kicker. Lock it in. Got a heart rate strap. Lock that mofo right in. That's the one for you, and that'll work every single... Have it rock solid. If your system needs an update to some DLLs, maybe your C++ libraries are a bit out of date, fix it. Or don't rely on it. Why is it so unstable? Because it's across so many platforms. Zwift is relying on... What have we got? iDevices, Apple TV, Mac, PC, Android. So the experience you put out as a software company needs to be the same across all, if they all interact. That's the first problem. Second problem is the push updates to Apple take, 3 days to be approved? Mac and PC, who cares? Push updates, grab them off the server. We good. Wow, this Rise is doing its job. Apple is a little harder, so that slowed things down a little. But also, Bluetooth can be troublesome, but if this then that, if this system is shit, fix it, do this loop, install this thing, I don't know. It's hard to support so many different peripherals. That's one thing. Switching to the separate engine, if Zwift were to, and a lot of people mention this, if they switch to, say, the Unreal Engine or Unity, they'd probably have to fork off their own version of it and then become the maintainers of that. Potentially. It's been a while since I've been in software. But it would be difficult if there's licensing fees, if they don't have full control over the platform. That's a risk for a business, I guess. If you don't have full control over the engine, and let's just say the Linux Foundation come along and find some open source code in it. I'm spitballing on a late Saturday night, but having full control has its advantages a lot. What I'd love to see though is Direct Connect implemented. I think Zwift are in a position now to write their own standards and to have the industry adopt them. If Bluetooth's too slow to come to the party, flick it. Ant Plus, the standards there are quite slow to be taken up. Write your own. Even better, put it on the network. Wahoo have done it already. Cables is not the answer. Cables are not the answer. You can't plug a cable into an iPhone soon or an Apple TV. It has to be network connected. And I've used the Direct Connect for other software. Hooking it straight to an Apple, a Google Mesh pod to make the Direct Connect effectively just a Wi-Fi device. Works perfect. Super fast. Anyhow, let's talk about what's awesome. This is working. I'm happy. Alright, I've got about 9Ks to go, I think. Nothing from Eurobike. Nah, Eurobike. Look, not to disrespect Eurobike. I love Eurobike. I've been going for many, many years. It has the weird, the wonderful, and mostly e-bikes now, but that's okay. It's people on bikes. Oh, I can turn the music down. I don't know what I've got playing. I can't hear it here. Hang on. No, nothing from Eurobike. I'm quite surprised too. But there's a few reasons for that. One, we can't get there. Well, most of the world can't get there. And the manufacturers just can't produce things. It was surprising we didn't see any announcements off to the side though. A few years back we saw Sarish get the jump on everyone and announce the H3, I think it was a couple of days before. And to be honest, companies don't need Eurobike to launch things. There's enough YouTubers out there. And there's enough people subscribed to their YouTube channels, the company's YouTube channels, to to do launches without even doing the the Eurobike. Take the mask off, Scooby-Doo. It's 12 speed. The internal geared hub. Was that the rear C row? Was that the hub that goes big ring, small ring inside the hub? I think I saw that on Cycling Tips. See, that technology in a smart trainer. Now you're talking. That would be cool. Thanks for the kind words, the kid GC. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I enjoy making it, I really do. Look, I'd still be doing all of this if there were no cameras around. I'd still be riding my gravel bike, I'd be testing power meters, I'll be getting pissed off with things that don't work. It just so happens to be that other people enjoy watching me do that and go through that process. I put some feet to the flames from companies. I'm still a consumer at the end of the day. I'm not producing anything other than the content that I do. Sunny Scotland. Baz. You telling fibs? Sunny in Scotland? Is this the one day of the year? Get out and enjoy it. Live Zwift shows. I think Zwift streaming in general has struggled a little. A lot of the time it's not that interesting watching someone suffer on a bike. But if we can talk shop, that might add a bit more value. Favourite Zwift world? Watopia. It has everything. Everything. Pick a 5 or tax. Neo 2T. I got asked that again today. Either. Wars have been fought over less. I've probably done more Ks on the Kicker 5 than the 2T. No issues with the accuracy on the Kicker 5 either. 2T had some teething problems with that. I'll pull it out and do a retest one day. The Karoo 2. Haven't ridden a lot with the Karoo 2 after the climber functionality. We're pretty much put back into lockdown and can't go far. So for just short rides and things like that, I've just been throwing either the Edge units or the Wahoo. The Bolt 2. The Bolt 2 is living on the gravel bike at the moment. Colin, I get the most views when I shut up and suffer and look like I'm going to die. That's what I think people enjoy seeing. I enjoy just riding easy and talking shop. But I do know that, though. That's why I included a bit of that footage yesterday in the video about the baseline ride. I did let out a few swears up the Titans Grove KLM. I watched back, I'm like, you idiots. What are you doing? Alright, it's pretty quiet on here because it's not a world that's in rotation. Having said that, there's still 109 people on here. Oh, should I go have a... Oh, I was going to say, should I have a crack at the sprint? I'll turn around and give the sprint a crack, but then that will blow up my route badge ride. So, no turns. No turns. It was only a few... It wasn't that great of swearing. That was... On a scale from 1 to 11, that was only 2. I'm an Aussie. Okay, the baseline ride when I first did it, here's what I expected of the baseline ride, and this has been voiced to people at Zwift. I respect that a lot of people don't have time to watch my videos, to read Zwift Insider, to read emails from Zwift. Most people probably won't even read a ride description. That's okay. Indoor cycling is about 45 minutes for the average person who jumps on and says, oh, what's on the... Fine, yeah, cool, that one. Baseline ride, sounds good to me, what do we got to do? Don't read the description. The description's like this long, it's huge. Most people want you to jump on. But the technology should allow people to Do that and be handheld through the entire experience. G'day Lama, welcome to the baseline test. What we'll be doing today, just as we roll out from the pens, is a non-drafting event with 3 time segments. So settle in, spin your legs, and don't worry about how hard you go for now. Coming in, 2K to go for the sprint, trying to get some warm up in. I'm doing the audio that I want to hear. Or you can do this text. Have a few leg openers, do a few short sprints, about 2 or 3 seconds. And then, get ready for the sprint. 1K to go. Okay, here's what to look for at the start. You're going to come flying down a hill and turn a left. You want to have your speed ramped up to almost full speed before you even hit the start line. Because it's not about hitting the end point with the most speed. It's getting to the, between the 2 points in the least time. Imagine having that and then have 200 to go. Someone's in your ear going, come on! And once you cross the line, they're like, hell yeah, here's where you did. Here's how you did. You averaged blah watts. Your time was blah. You can then check that in the companion app once you finish. For now, settle in. You've got 5Ks to go before the next effort. That hand-holding, God, I could go all night. That hand-holding effort would be bloody brilliant. I'd even call that Lamaton, like Peloton without the hot chicks. Just talk people through what you got to do. That's what I think people wanted. There you go. We don't have time to hook up Bluetooth. We don't have time to pair this and pair that and Ant Plus and Companion app. I was going to swear, try and keep it sane. We shouldn't turn on. Time to ride. What am I doing? I'm getting told. That'd be sweet. That should be their end goal. I mean, there's not a lot happening in the world of trainers, let's be honest. Or hardware. So the software should just go, you know what? I was going to swear again. Let's do better. Let's provide some experience. Even if the experiences were FutureWorks, beta, whatever. Even if everyone goes, you know what? Why the hell did they record Lama to do this voiceover? What a dickhead. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Rasan. Hell yeah. Use Rasan. 200 to go. Come on, man! Or even want to go next level ideas? Have Rasan in-game riding with you. Turning to you, so you have a virtual avatar in front of you, and he turns to you and goes, guess what? Here comes the sprint, and he turns and talks to you. Anyone play Half-Life? You know those intros to Half-Life? Where the characters actually talk you through what you've got to do? Put Rasan in-game on his bike, taking us through the sprint. Use the AI to have him open up a sprint. It's like, come on, hold the wheel, man. I've got you for this lead out. Rasan opens up. Just, it's late. I'm telling stories. Stay with me. Have him on the bike come around you. Hold the wheel. And regardless of how fast you're going, you'll always hold the wheel because that's the way the AI will be programmed. Back on topic. I am on the riser and we're going up this climb. But imagine having that. And then you're sprinting, and you're getting pushed. Hang on. Back to me. And just as you're coming for the line, the AI slows that virtual rider down. And you take the win. It then does a quick replay of you with your wheel just a little bit in front. It's like, man, you got me. Right, cool. One day. One day. Look, I've been around software long enough to know that legacy is the worst thing software can ever have. Greenfields is always better, but never usually the way. Even better. Let's just say, let's wind my ideas back a bit. Let's say clubs rolls out. Oof. So yeah, I'm on the rocker that goes forward and back. That's why I'm doing this. Let's say clubs rolls out. And I could spin up a Gplama clubs baseline ride. A couple of times a day, maybe for the first day. And I can be the one yelling at everybody. I can be your lead out. Don't know how to work in the bunch. I'll set a medium pace. And then everyone can chase, or I can chase. You know, just, I'm coming for you. You'd need some kind of voice chat, though. Voice chat was thrown around a while ago. There were steps put in place for voice chat. There were things taking place. The biggest struggle with voice chat is open mic and people with old trainers. Anyone jumped on a Zoom call lately? Imagine those kind of issues with 35,000 people plus. I guess not at the same time, but you know what I mean. Yeah, clubs are stagnated. I think they rolled out clubs in the companion app. They rolled out chat for that 1st of October last year. I think that's the last thing we've seen from clubs. 17.4. Okay, we shouldn't be too far off getting this badge. It should be over the top and through the trees. And in true Lama lifestyle, I'll probably keep writing all night, so feel free to jump into the chat and say good day. Oof. What's the standing effort like on the rocker? Vince, like every other rocker that I've had, it wants to do its own thing. As an experienced racer outdoors who's won quite a few sprints, I'm not a fan of the rocker for sprints. I appreciate people say you've got to learn how to sprint on a rocker, that's fine. For actual full-on balls-out effort though, I'd rather a stable, like the Stages bike which is next to me. That thing for sprinting indoors, that's a beast. That is a beast. Ish. And back up we go. Down again. Holy crap. I might turn around and go do the dirt climb, because that'll put the bike's nose back up in the air in a minute. Platform stability issues. Bluetooth. And ready. I should be able to get a screen grab for my Strava. Give me the badge. Yes. I like it when a plan comes together now. I'll do a U-turn and we'll go up the dirt climb. Hey, there goes the climb. Whoa! This would be fun on the mountain bike course, I think. Where you can really lift up the bike, turn the corners. Do I think there needs to be more things to spend drops on beside wheels and frames? I think drops and XP points need to be consolidated somehow. They're too confusing. Trying to explain that to a newbie. Oh, but I've got XP. Oh, that's your experience. But what are drops? Oh, they're different again. What do I do with XP? Nothing. It's... If you're an experienced Zwifter, you get it. I think there needs to be... I mean, it's a good idea, but... things need to be a little simpler. Pedals. Let's put pedals in the shop. Group sets. God, group sets set people off, don't they? Things to express yourself more. What, like? Mullets? Funny, and we'll climb back around to the dirt climb. Remove level cap. Yeah, I'm surprised I mean, that's an easy win for them. If they should just put level 75 and just do what they did from 25 to 50. Just keep everyone happy, just for a little bit. 50 has stagnated a bit. See, out of the saddle, the bike's doing this. Like, that's rockers. That's just how they are. But you've got to actually reef up. Give it a bit of steering there. That feels pretty cool. What happened to the 3 Zwift challenges? Legacy is what happened to those. They should have been removed. They were there when there weren't any challenges in game. They were the challenges. Hang on, Strava app doesn't let you connect to power meter, but it still connects automatically. How does it automatically connect to your power data? That is my question. What happens if you've got 5 or 6 power meters? Which one does it connect to? Is that on iOS as well? I can test this. Hairy legs. Add that into the game. I've got those right now. You just can't see it on the stream. Stages in regards to the Stages bike? No, I haven't heard anything. Stages were very quick to address a few issues early on. I sent through a shopping list for about 18 line items, I think it was, with the bike when I first got it. I think they did about 15 of them in the first week. So that's why you now hear the gears change through the app. There is an external mode or connected mode or something when you're controlling by something else. America for the win. I was in bed, so nothing to report. 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. I'm in bed. Shimano Sora, that's entry level road group. Not on my radar, to be honest. 105 would be the lowest that I keep across. Sam, there's no difference in the recording. Every recording is 1 second. 3 second average is only display in Zwift and on your head units. Reading. I put usually 3 seconds. Stop it jumping around. But that's irrelevant in erg mode. Erg mode doesn't smooth the watts. Ugh. We'll get up through town and hang a right up the climb. Half-life style integration, hell yeah. Imagine having a ride buddy in-game, talking you through the baseline ride. That would be super cool. And up the climb, even better. Here's some more future think for this. They go back through all your history. Zwift know what you did last summer. They know all your rides. So they know your PBs up every one of those segments, if you've done them before. And if you have, they should have that pacer right at your previous best. And tell you that. So let's say you hit the bottom of the longer reverse KOM, epic KOM, and the virtual rider in-game turns to you and says, hey, back on this date, you set this time up here. I know you can do that again, maybe even faster. Let's go, and have them sort of take off a little bit. Hold the wheel. There's so much that can be done with the data. Maybe not time-based, maybe effort-based, watts per kilo. Yeah. But imagine having those ghosts come out and coach you. So the reason why that would be so cool is that you don't have to study it. You don't have to know what's going on. You jump into the ride and you're presented with something that's magic. How did my in-game avatar know I've done that before? On that date, you freak. Pair that with an Amp Plus power meter that has cycling dynamics. It also knows when you're up out of the saddle. No, there's a reason why I'm sitting here on YouTube streaming and not part of a product team. They're very different things. I'm a professional whinger, which has its upsides. A million steps back. Castle part, no, I want forest climb. You got it. Just a simple ability to zero a power meter in Zwift. Even the ability to dual record. Hey, let's swap bikes. We're on the dirt. We've got the badge, we'll go swap some bikes. The ability to dual record in Zwift, that would be really handy, especially for the pro stuff. Also to keep... woo! So when you stop riding on an elite trainer, it goes back to 0, so it's gone back down. What are we going to ride up the dirt? Where's my Aspero? Right there. I ride the gravel bike that I own. There's no grey. Oh, I've got a... green's fine. Sweet. So gravel bikes aren't as fast as the mountain bike, but they are faster than any of the road bikes. Not the grail. Look at that tyre clearance I've got. That's pretty cool. Where are we on the whole scheme of things? Hey. It connects to the previously saved power meter. Oh, okay. Oh. You can see my handlebars now. Any thoughts on light riders crushing on Zwift getting killed in real life? Yeah. No. No thoughts on that. There's no winners. Everyone's hard done by. The light riders hate the flat riders hate the climbers. It's art representing life. Yeah, Claus, you're on the money for the hotkey swap. I think they at least need to be able to have, say, 3 bikes selected as preferences on Zwift. Here's my climbing bike, or here's my road bike. Maybe have the climbing bike too. Here's my TT bike, here's my off-road. They're my 3 or 4 settings. And if you want to do a bike change during an event or a race, then you should be able to quickly switch those and be given a pull over and start off again penalty. Easy as that. I'm doing well tonight. We already have a badge. So this is just a bit of fun with the rocker plate and the sway plate. Hang on. I've got to really get the... So the KOM plate that goes back and forwards like this doesn't have a U shape. The Saris MP1 has a sort of a bend shape, so you can sort of get a ramp up and down on it. This is just spring centered. So there's just a little bit of movement. Thank you, Paul. The effort that goes into making the videos is I absolutely love doing it. I love having the editing process. If you talk to any YouTuber, Maven's one of them. Editing is so much fun. You know, slicing things around and getting things looking right. I mean, mine aren't as polished as some, but the other night it took me 10 minutes to get rid of a piece of spit that flew out of my mouth as I was wrapping up the video. I'm like, okay, and with that, it happens. I'm like, someone's going to call me out on that. So I sat there and you can cut the timeline of the video. I put myself over myself, cut out my jersey, time shifted it by about 6 or 7 frames. The frames that didn't have my bit of spit flying out of my mouth. And you'll never pick it. You'll never pick it. Also, the processing of the video to do the overlays for the 5K radius. So when I went out the other day and had the Garmin, the field, telling me how far I'd ridden as the crow flies, which was super cool and worked exactly as expected, which makes me happy. To put those overlays in to give that context, I couldn't just ride along and say, hey, I'm 5Ks away. You're like, you could be anywhere. But I put it on the map and put some circles. That was 3 or 4 hours of processing just that video. Way too much effort for what it was. But I like it. I like what it showed. I have another one coming up soon for a very, very cool Connect IQ app. I've got to get out on the road and film it though. Philo, the answer is yes. Yes. On FSA. I was told mid-month. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We are upside down here in Australia, most definitely. No, I haven't tried any rocker plates that do anything different. Like, I don't mind rocker plates. They do get in the way in the Lama lab though, they're quite big. And switching trainers and switching bikes is a pain. Simulate going around a corner, we can. It needs steering built into that, but kind of got it. You'll never get indoors feeling like outdoors though. You'll never get that feeling of you hook a corner and you get pushed down to the saddle. I mean, indoors you only ever, your gravity is like straight, your center of gravity straight down. Whereas when you're riding a bike out on the road, you put your front brake on, things move forward. Or you dive into a corner at a different angle. There's so much more to it. It is. Once you get out on the road, go. Where am I? What? Not even close to the top 30. The best part about riding out on the road is coasting. Not a lot of that in game. All right, this is going to end up being a good hour. That works for me. That works. 10 o'clock. Coasting in races, hey, it happens in real life. It sure does. Doesn't happen on Zwift where you get spat out the back. No worries, just straight through the fence there, Avatar. Oof. My little Avatar's going to have splinters where you really don't want splinters. That's it. Oof. New Zealand Schools Tour on Zwift. Good stuff. Which course is it? Yeah, kicker core is pretty quiet, for sure. You'll have no problems with that. You won't get around, if you're slamming through gears, you can still hear that, obviously. And the floor that you put them on, I got a concrete floor here with gym flooring, really thick gym flooring. It doesn't echo. There's no The kicker core doesn't have any big casing on it. The Dorado XR has a bit of an echo to it if you really slap through the gears. But just riding along, say in erg mode, fine. Super tuck gravel on mountain bikes? I'm not sure, I don't think so. Controversy over Zwift races? No. Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Points of interest about this world. See, here we go. Whoa, there I go down. My nose is on the ground. Here I go back up. Ugh. The little robot tutorial thing I was talking about, this is just going to throw me around all day, isn't it? The first time you ride a route or a course or a new world, have someone introduce you to the world. That would be cool. Join this virtual bike ride that takes you through and points out things. That would be cool. People losing 10 kilos overnight, mate, that is totally feasible. Ever had a bad curry? I think in-person Zwift racing, CVR World Cup, got a lot of it right 3 or 4 years ago, and they did quite well with it. There's no easy way to solve this at all. There's no the weight problem. Tax smart bikes, the Tax Neo bike, no, I'd give that one a miss. Oh, there's people. I'm right down. How far down am I? I'm nearly on the ground. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about a version 2 of the Tax Neo bike. If it was going to come this year, it would have been an Euro bike. Zwift bike wouldn't hold out. I would not be keeping my hands in my pocket saving coins for any Zwift any hardware that isn't released. I wouldn't expect that. Yeah, don't miss out on 6 months or 12 months or 24 months of good training or having fun. And remembering, if you do go out and buy, even if you go and buy a Neo bike, it's going to have resale value. If you go and buy the Stages B20 or the Kicker bike, you're not losing $6,000 Australian. You'll get the value out of it. Alrighty, go through to the hour. Unless there's more descent. No, that's about it, I think. Oof. Daycare gets... Wouldn't know anything about daycare. We don't have access to daycare at the moment. They've still got access to our money though, so just a side note for the parents out there. We're in lockdown here in Victoria still. They've closed daycare for all but essential workers. YouTube's not essential, which I agree with. So yeah, we have no daycare services. However, we have the privilege of still paying for them. You think Bluetooth pisses me off? Having to pay for that does even more. Yeah, supply chain. I don't think we'll see anything. Thanks for dropping by. We're almost done. I've got a minute to go. Anything else in the chat? Get in quick. Get in quick, chat. I'll still be here unless I fall over sideways. Vonnie's working. Her company wouldn't risk giving her the approval required to get us childcare. That's another long story. No, we're not paying at a reduced rate at all. We're paying full fees. Because we don't have access to the gap. It really sucks. But there are people a lot worse off than us, so I get to piss about on bikes and call it work, so that's pretty good. You're getting seasick too. Feel what's in my chamois. No, don't feel it. Alrighty. I can't stop at 26.4. I gotta go to 27 Ks. Will Zwift be in the next Olympics? No. No. So I'm happy. I'm not right on everything. This is fine. I mean, if I'm proven wrong, that's fantastic. I don't think it will be. The Olympics was it the virtual series they did this year was weird. You got to agree with me. It was weird. They did it a month prior, and then during the Olympics, there's a lot of commercialization around it and agreements and things like that, I'm sure, but it was weird. And see the hill? Just there behind that tree? I thought we were going to be riding up that at some point in game. Now I can't finish at 27 because it's not as nice as 28. And I'm still on a bit of a downhill. Now look, I think for the next year or two we'll see probably not a lot of development in hardware, power meters, or anything like that, but I'd love to see the software take up the slack there and give us just a ton more. The danger is that when everyone comes out of lockdown and events start again, indoor riding will remind people of lockdown. Like, god damn, I hated that ergo. Spent so much time on that ergo. Nothing changed in regard to the software. Same old shit. So will we see a decline in indoor cycling? Now, indoor cycling it's born from competitive cyclists wanting to be faster for outdoors. A lot of the competitions have gone away. A lot of people are choosing adventure cycling over, top level competing. And then we have e-bikes coming in too, which means you don't need to be training during the week to enjoy your ride on the weekend. I don't think this will be around forever, to be honest. Not in its current form, anyway. Hopefully better, maybe different. We'll see. The hot tub's not hot tub compatible. I beg to differ. Oh shit, it's not. One moment. Let me fix the... I didn't put myself in the tub. Oh, one moment. Let me do some quick editing of that scene. Yes, he's back. Back for a swim. Swim, swim. We're in. Splish, splish. Hot tub works fine for the rocker plate. Who says they're not compatible? -6. I'm going to have to go to 30 Ks because it's all downhill from here. And that's it. 30 Ks, we're done. Virtual swooping magpies, crikey. Haven't been swooped yet, but I can't get more than 5 Ks from home, so... My videos from previous years are doing quite well at the moment as people search up magpies. Would a wheel-on trainer benefit from a separate cadence sensor to increase accuracy? Yes. Yes, but cadence doesn't matter whatsoever. In-game, not for your workouts. You're not punished. I don't think you lose any stars. And estimated cadence is usually, for me anyway, estimated cadence is usually pretty close. Within 3 or 4 RPM. A group of ducks. Dangerous. Emus are the worst. Any Aussies watching emus? Emus and roos. Because they'll run along beside the road and at any second dart sideways. Dangerous. Wahoo Power Meter pedals, you won't see them in the next few weeks, I can guarantee you that. Not sure what the deal is. I'm guessing supply chain. I'm guessing they're held up with supply chain. I can tell you the data looks pretty good from them though. But we'll wait to see the production version of those when they come out. Loopback review on the Dorado X. Probably not. That's a bit too new, I think. Look, if I'm twiddling my thumbs, I still have an X here I could do that on. Not sure there's much changed. Oh, I can check firmwares and things. $30,000 viewers on Twitch with a hot tub. All right, 30K, so we are done. We have the badge. One down, I need to go over and tick that off on zwifthub.com. There's a bunchy, look at that. Where do they come from? Can we get some ride-ons? We can. No, I didn't reach them. Perfect timing. All right, thanks everyone for dropping by. Late Saturday night here. Bit of fun on the Elite Sturzo and the rocker plate that does this and this. Is my butt any less sore? Not really. We'll have to take it to the big hills, I think. I still have to do another couple of Alp to Zwifts to get the 25 badge. I think I'm still only at 23. Anyhow, hope everybody is well. Have a good weekend. Go over and watch my videos on Shimano Di2. That video's doing quite well. If you want to learn what's new. And yeah, get into the chat. Is it wireless? Is it semi-wireless? Seems to have triggered a few people on that one, but I don't think they'll call it anything else, so it all looks good. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. We'll be back probably not tomorrow. It's Father's Day. Might take the day off. Enjoy. All right, see you later.